Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Never be a burden on your family, loved ones, and the government as a whole. Think about your tomorrow today. Day 2 in the Pensions Awareness Month. Time check is 0600 GMT. Tuesday, the second day in the last quarter of last month of the first quarter in the year 2020. Good to come to your homes with another edition of AM News on Adoatv Television. We're live all across the world on TV and online from digital address GA2260733. We also live on digital channel 37 and 38. In our top stories this morning, President Akufo-Addo, Vice President Dr. Bawumia, and family get vaccinated against COVID-19 pandemic. Also, the Speaker of Parliament has charged members that they cannot afford to fail. Details of these stories and more coming up shortly. Please do stay with us. Hello again. Let's take the details of the story. President Akufo-Addo together with First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo have received the first dose of the 6,000 COVID-19 vaccines that arrived in the country last week, Wednesday. This exercise, which include one Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, and his wife, Sarimira Bawumia, is aimed at boosting public confidence in the new vaccine procured for citizens. While President Akufo-Addo took his vaccine jab at a 37 military hospital, the Vice President vaccinated at the police hospital and urged all citizens to accept the vaccine and avail themselves to get vaccinated. This follows the statement made in his last address that he would also get vaccinated, thereby urging Ghanaians to do so.
Thank you very much. I thought I was coming to get a job. I didn't realize we were going to have this elaborate ceremony. But first of all, let me thank the Commandant of the Military Hospital, the Ghana Health Service, and all of you for making it possible for us to begin the vaccination of our people today. We've all had a very difficult time this last year. Unfortunately, scientists in the world have now found what could be a permanent antidote to this I can only call it a pestilence that has affected all of our lives this last year. It's important that I set the example that this vaccine is safe by being the first to have it, so that everybody in Ghana can feel comfortable about taking this vaccine. It is important that everybody, at the end of the day, is vaccinated, and that's our objective. And in doing so, UNICEF, the managers and the contributors of the COVAX facility, for the opportunity that we have in this country to begin the process of vaccination. The vaccine doesn't mean that we're throwing away all the other protocols. All the other protocols remain in place until we are satisfied that the virus has finally disappeared from the soil of Ghana.
Ghana became the first country in the world to benefit from the COVAX facility, which is open to about 92 low and middle income countries. And Ghana is the first country to have benefited from that facility. And it is under the leadership of the President and the hard work of the Ghana Health Service staff and members of the task force that the President has put together that Ghana has had the opportunity to have this. We are taking this vaccine today to assure the public and Ghanaians in general that it is safe. It is safe to be immunized by this.
President Akufo-Addo, Vice President Dr. Bawumia, First and Second Lady get vaccinated against COVID-19 pandemic. Let's move away from COVID-related stories and go to Parliament, where at the orientation and induction seminars that was organized for members of the 8th Parliament over the weekend at Aqua Safari, Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Professor S.K. Gbagbin, has charged members of Parliament to stand up to be counted when it comes to putting the nation above all. According to the Speaker, the given circumstances in which the August House find itself, it means that the House cannot afford to fail.
Parliament have become a routine activity in the calendar of Parliament. Each time a new Parliament is constituted after the general elections, an orientation and induction seminar thus becomes imperative. This is particularly so in Ghana due to the high rate of attrition of members of Parliament of around 40 to 45% recorded in recent times. The current age Parliament has 123 fresh-term members, representing about 45% of the membership of the House. Apart from that, the age Parliament is unique in many respects. An equal strength of 137 representation of members from two major parties in the country, as well as an equal representation of women of 20 apiece from the same two major parties. What is more, the House is presided over by a Speaker whose party is not in control of the executive arm of government. In view of this, the second batch of continuing MPs had their turn over the weekend to be oriented. The discussions centered on the mandate of the Member of Parliament, the MP and good governance, code of conduct of public officers, and allied relevant matters. Giving his opening remarks, the Clerk of Parliament, Mr. Cyril Kwabena Otin Insia, highlighted the need for the orientation and induction program, not for just first-timers, but continuing members of Parliament. The minority leader Haruna Idrisu also delivered his remarks, emphasizing on the current nature and character of the 8th Parliament, which approves highly the need for consensus building, reiterating that the 8th Parliament of the Fourth Republic is a hung parliament. Giving Ghanaians an assurance of the minority not being an obstruct. He, however, lamented over some observations made, of which includes the quality of debate on the floor of Parliament. However, agreeing with the minority leader over the need for an immense improvisation of the quality of debate, Deputy Majority Leader Honorable Alexander Afenyo Makin disagreed with the minority leader over the assumption that the NPP needs the cooperation of the NDC. He stated that the affairs of the state is not about NPP and the NDC, but about the people.
Speaker of Parliament completing that report over there was filed by our parliamentary correspondent, Mary Kote. Let's move away from Parliament. The acting president of the Ghana Traditional Council, Ni Dodu Insaki, has stepped down, and Ni Adoatv Otinto the second Sempe Manche is now the acting president of the Ghana Traditional Council.
After the demise of Bonini Amugi II, the Ghana state was thrown into a period of uncertainty due to numerous quarrels and conflicts over the paramount chieftaincy of the Ghana state. Ni Adoatv Obuo was therefore appointed as the acting president for the Ghana Traditional Council until he handed power to Ni Dodu Insaki Otublohu Manche, who was to, among other things, restore kinship for the Ghana state and oversee the affairs of the council in the interim. Ni Dodu Insaki served as acting president for the council from 2008 to present. After 12 years of reign, Ni Dodu Insaki decided to step down after lamenting that he was growing older and may perhaps not have the energy to serve at full capacity. The council, after conferring, settled on Ni Adoatv Otinto II, Sempe Manche, as the next acting president for the Ghana Traditional Council.
For 12 years, I feel no matter. Ninake Dalebano. You were chair, standing committee, a Ghana Traditional Council. Look at my man. You are not a premier one, Kakashi, Bakaha, Ni Otinto, and this simple mansion. You are no chair, you are chair, Ghana Traditional Council meeting fair. You will make a family mommy, but Chinese and a question. When we know what be in there, one by no work, I should be a worker, I have a question. But no, from the board like a Manchester, I will be Jimmy. I will enjoy Jimmy. You want to issue you, but I'm sending a court. When I'm sending a court, a side I'm a baby. You have sending me what question. You are not going on. You are located where new to the question. Can't go in a wait it is. I mean, Jim of Young was an question. Got us the council there. A cashier warrior Jamestown, Oshatown. You okay? O question Oshatown. Near Sam, called Bear. Kevaka was about Jamestown. Castle Jamestown, nobody or Jimmy. The back question. But then you me your Oshatown. When you mean, yeah, I said, Jamestown. But Jamestown, Manchester or Jimmy is I mean, you know, Jimmy. You are no 2 tones. I'm trying to get back hand.
Ni Adoatv Otinto ni Jenyo Sempe Manche Ghana Fair Mankalo ni biane afemi acting president of Ghana Traditional Council. Kenkle Madam Moshi ake ekeneke menegbine ekewo ni woni femo ne efe ojuba efe ake nyefe nyelebini Ghana shikamoyo ni ke iyonukpae amete chumi ni abemo ake ni ibahie ga hie lele nkunkwa ihe ewomi no angbene afio kusun ni asane afie no angbene afio aha mi machuni ojoban ni ga akọ imama papa nebu ofen wole ake ni bi baba o hia ga wo ga na cho ye school ji ami makoma fon no ni makwe ni agbene abon chomo wo manchema bebe bibi ni kamoshi makwe mato igbaja no to pepepe ni bebe ni ya no fe ha na ke development abakpopa no wo in council member se ba cha ya ni makwe ni ga ajo ni ga akọ imama kwakwa na ebu ye hemo ke yeli ake beni eba ashe homowo ni oba yiwa afile neke bebi ni ya no gamanti ame fence ba afo je saje fe na sane aye court ekumi asane What he to me, what we makoma to na kagbejano to ke inkanse memese ni ga akọ imawakpa nebu nye media bi ke ma bi na makọ wo se fe nya yiwa don de tra no manyaba.
Ni Otinto II is the Sempe Manche, an acting president of the Ghana Traditional Council. If you just joined us, you're watching AM News on Adoatv Television with me, Nanima Collins, and let's do some business news now. A defined regular contribution plan under which a fixed sum of money is invested and that becomes available at retirement age is pensions. In this month, as Adoatv focuses on educating the general public on pensions and the need for it, we asked the question, do traders contribute towards pensions and how? Here's a news desk report. 85% of Ghana's total working force. Out of the 85%, only 3% of this population is on one pension scheme or the other. Month to month, the informal worker in Ghana cannot be sure exactly how much money she makes. Her wages depend on the market, the month, and sometimes the weather. Despite this daily uncertainty, informal workers in Ghana are often more concerned about how long they will be able to work and being able to afford retirement. As the old population explodes, the United Nations estimates a number of elderly people in sub-Saharan Africa will triple to 161 million by 2025. Old age poverty is also accelerating at an alarming rate. But is there any potential value of a pension scheme designed for the informal sector? When people are living on irregular wages, how do you convince them to take risk in any investments, particularly when many Ghanaians are still recovering from the national and global financial crisis? Nana Sefachum, head of corporate affairs at the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, shared with me the authority's plan to get more players in the informal sector on board.
Marketing strategies with the corporate trustees. When I say corporate trustees, I mean those companies and institutions who register people on pension, get the contribution from them, and work towards their retirement by way of providing them with pension facilities. So what we have done so far is to draw up a strategy with them and then map up a technology, especially among the working population who are not on pension in the informal sector. When I say that, I mean the drivers, I mean the market women, I mean the beauticians, I mean the mechanics, those of them who are not on regular income. Some of them get their incomes daily, some of them weekly, some of them monthly. So the device we're going to employ is that technology by way of mobile phone facilities. And these people are going to pay their contributions through their mobile phones. And that is what we have done, or we are going to do with the corporate trustees to get them. We're looking at the next 4 years to increase the pension gap from 3% to about 30-35%.
Do traders contribute towards pensions and how? I took a visit to the Central Business District to get the answers.
Contributing to pension scheme here as an informal worker, I don't think we do here because I learned if in the labor law, if I'm working with somebody, the person has to, like my payment in terms of my salary, the person has to deduct and pay for me so that he will just show me my state pension card. In the labor law, that's what I know. But for here, as you are working with somebody, the person might not pay for you. And you see, the market too is not like moving like how you get it, so that you can just remove some and then go and pay. So I think it is very difficult for us here to take money out and then go and pay. Because the salary here, even here, we don't normally get salary like the formal workers that they get from the government and then deducted from their salary. But we don't get it like that, because what we sell now, the profit that we get, like maybe we get 10 CDs, 5 CDs, you can deduct that one and then go and pay. But at least the manager here should do that for us, because I have children that I take care of, and should in case I fall down, they will just depend, they will rely on what did our father leave behind. And if that is not done, you see, it's like you came into this world to bring up children without leaving them anything. They cannot wear my shirt, they cannot wear my shoe, but then if I have a pension, that a little token is there, they can even use that one to use it at a funeral, this thing. So as the question that you asked, I'm also thinking about it from starting from now. But you see, they have to be coming rounds to also educate us on that as you've come, so that we can also do it. Because you see, leaving my business and going there to even form a queue, before the day, maybe I'll use 2-3 days, I'll lose a lot here. But if they come around to educate us and then fill forms for us, we will be happy, so that we can also contribute, and then in the future we will not be left out.
Or driver for majority or the came at pension period can be ne okay or Jomohaku, because or living I'm a rules yo, I'm a bejano to yo. Susuji can even work for the can I remember Babi or Nami or Liaka will come in Wusu or Laka will company name working in Tuni or Nani. She patient pay to know you on what experience school. Do like a Jamie mean again in experience school, yeah. She like a police lame interest, yeah. She make a na tombeni a me banana hill. Because they can't no wa. Kobana de kanu back or I do a paco attach no to lie. Allo, I don't have about the customer con top. In a bag about trouble if one wako de cake beona in our. It will be Pierre one year. Oko Jomoha, she's to be a can remember. Kebanake Obawu, the Kati. Wakaju Naka Nuko ye being queen when Umbanya wow.
Not really a patient energy. No, the cow tuna can. It's an warfare contribution, what pay patient. So, like a be a business, what register could not know about pay. Go, what now let one look on this and no pay. She remember your idea, your Jomoye Nakane, I'm a pure. I'm a personal pension contribution. No, at the end of the day, let's say I know. When it's an equal cable, cash on payable every month. No, if I not, but if I pay part of your senate patient many program, Cabo AJ part, Kakao to our pay. She stop payable monthly every day. In the Bahabo to Kuno, when you pay like a pension, she was personally where it could not appear. No, but like at the end of the 60 years, I don't claim or no.
Actually, like me as in person.
That's it for the news this morning. More news on our website, www.adwanewsonline.com. It's Ghana month. Do well to eat, drink, wear, and talk Ghana this month. You can also join our pensions campaign conversations on all our social media platforms. From me and the rest of the team, thank you for watching. We'll see you again very soon. My name is Nanya Macaulay, and please, as always, stay safe. Good morning.